There was nothing loud about that day. No storm, no words to make me break. Just a door half open, light inside, and a choice I didn't question twice. You stood there waiting in the frame, not asking much, just asking me to stay. And I had every reason to, but I still walked away. I told myself it wasn't right, said I needed something more than this. I thought I'd find it down the road, something better, something I had missed. The distance doesn't make things clearer, it just makes the silence grow. And every mile I put between us was a truth I didn't want to know. It wasn't fate, it wasn't time, it was a moment, and it was mine. That was the day I didn't stay, the day I let it slip away. No fight, no war, no reason why, just one step and a goodbye. Now I live inside that scene, every word I didn't mean, every second I replay of the day I didn't stay. I've seen faces, I've known names, walked through lives that felt the same. Nothing ever came close to what I left there, standing still. And I don't know if you moved on or if you found what I couldn't be, but I know one thing never left, that moment never left me. Some choices don't fade with time, they just learn how to survive. That was the day I didn't stay, the day I let it slip away. No fight, no war, no reason why, just one step and a goodbye. Now I live inside that scene, every word I didn't mean, every second I replay of the day I didn't stay. That was the day I didn't stay, and nothing's felt the same since then. Not because I lost the world, but because I lost what could have been. And if I had one truth to say, it wouldn't change, it wouldn't sway. I had it all, I let it go on the day I didn't stay. We said forever like it meant something time could never bend. Built it slow with open hands, believing we would always stand. No cracks we couldn't see back then, no distance we could comprehend. Just two hearts sure enough that love alone would be enough. In a single night, no sudden end, no final fight, just days that slowly lost their spark and words that faded into dark. We stopped asking how it felt, stopped reaching out for something real, and somewhere in the quiet space we lost what we used to feel. No storm to blame, no line to cross, just something gone and never caught. It wasn't fire, it wasn't pain, it didn't shatter, it just changed from something strong into a space we both stood in but couldn't face. No goodbye, no last embrace, just time erasing what we made, and all that's left of what we knew is what we didn't notice slipping through. Slipping through. We still sat in the same room, but nothing there felt like the truth. Just echoes dressed like what we were. In silence we both learned to serve, and no one left, no one to blame, just something that forgot its name. And even now I can't explain exactly when it slipped away. It didn't ask, it didn't want, it just stopped being what it was before. It wasn't fire, it wasn't pain, it didn't shatter, it just changed from something strong into a space we both stood in but couldn't face. No goodbye, no last embrace, just time erasing what we made, and all that's left of what we knew is what we didn't notice slipping through. If there's one thing time won't hide, it's how love fades without a fight. There's a version I can still recall, standing taller, risking it all, with open roads and nothing planned, just faith enough to take a chance. I used to see it clear as day, a different path, a different way, but I kept waiting for the right time and let it slowly pass me by. The safe, the known, the still, the quiet road that wouldn't kill. I told myself it made more sense to trade the dream for confidence. But comfort builds a silent cage where nothing grows but nothing breaks. And now I see what it became, a life that never had a name. It didn't fail, didn't fall, it just never happened at all. This is the life I never lived, the one I held but never did. Every step I didn't take, every risk I chose to waste. Now it follows everywhere I go, in every what if I still know. Not a loss, not a fall, just something I never gave my all. I see it in the smallest things, in passing thoughts, in broken dreams, in moments where I almost tried but chose to let it slip aside. And no one sees it from outside. It looks like everything's alright, but there's a weight I can't outrun, of everything I didn't become. No scars to show, no proof to give, just the ghost of what could have been. This is the life I never lived, the one I I still know. Not a loss, not a fall, just something I never gave my that never got the chance to live. Didn't leave when I asked it to, didn't fade when I closed my eyes. Stayed like something living in me, quiet but always alive. I thought time would wear it down like it does with everything else, but some things don't break or bend, they just become yourself. I stopped trying to outrun it, stop calling it a phase. It doesn't scream, it doesn't burn, it just exists and stays. In the way I hold my breath, in the things I never say, in the space between each moment where it quietly remains. It's not a scar, it never closed, it's something deeper than that. These are wounds that breathe, they don't heal, they don't leave, they don't fade into the past, they just learn how to last. Not a burden I can hide, not a fight I have to fight, just a part of what I am, living underneath the skin. Shape the way you stand, and maybe peace ain't losing it, maybe peace is letting it be. Not everything inside of us was meant to be set free. It doesn't ask, it doesn't fade, it just lives and stays. These are wounds that breathe, they don't heal, they don't leave, they don't fade into the past, they just learn. Just a part of what I am, living underneath the something I can face. And if they never disappear, they don't need to be real. They're not breaking me apart, they're just living in my heart. We cross like something meant to be, in a place we shouldn't meet. No warning signs, no second thought, just something neither of us saw. There was a calm I couldn't fake, like something real I couldn't shake. And in your eyes I saw it too, a laugh that somehow felt like truth. Stood between our hands like something we couldn't command. Different roads already drawn, different lives already on. We didn't say it right away, but silence made it clear as day. This wasn't something we could choose without something else to lose. It wasn't wrong, it wasn't right, just something we could the only time they couldn't. What we both knew, didn't dare to let it through. Some truths are heavier out loud, some feelings aren't allowed. And maybe that's what makes it stay. Not something we can give away, but something we'll both carry on long after this is gone. No promise made, no hands to hold, just something we'll never outgrow. We found each other way too late, in the only time we couldn't stay. Everything we should have been was buried in the life we're in. No blame to hold, no line to cross, just something real we had to lose. Two hearts that finally understood that the only time they We found each other way too late. Maybe that's what makes it stay. Not in touch, not in time, but somewhere deeper, undefined. And if there's one truth I can't escape, it's not the love we couldn't take, it's knowing it was real at the only time we couldn't stay. Smile at the right time, say I'm good without a thought. Keep it light, keep it moving, hide the things I never brought. No one asks when you seem steady, no one looks when you don't fall. So I got good at standing still, like nothing's wrong at all. Didn't hurt all at once, it built in ways I couldn't see. In every truth I kept inside, in every version I couldn't be. I told myself it wasn't heavy, just something I could hold. But silence has a way of growing when it's never told. It don't break, just stays and slowly starts to change you. There's a cost to looking fine, to saying I'm alright every time, to holding it together so well that no one knows you're going through hell. It doesn't show, it doesn't scream, but it wears you down in between. Every breath, every line, there's a cost to looking fine. I don't need the world to notice, I without a word turns quiet into something proud. And maybe that's the hardest part, not the pain, not the weight, but living like it isn't there, just to keep a steady face. It's not strength, it's just disguise, wearing calm over what's inside. There's a cost to looking fine, to saying I'm alright every time, to holding it together so well that no one knows you're going through hell. It doesn't show, it doesn't scream, but it wears you down in between every breath, every line. There's a cost to looking fine. Be loud, it won't explain, it'll just be everything I hid. Finally, too much to contain. I caught a glimpse the other day of someone I used to know, not in a picture, not in a name, but in the way I used to feel. There was a time I moved with purpose, like every step belonged to me. Now I just follow what's in front and call it who I'm meant to be. It didn't change in one clear moment, no sudden line I could define, just pieces shifting out of place, one quiet compromise at a time. I told myself it made me stronger, told myself it had to be, but somewhere in the middle of it, something stopped feeling like me. There's no clear point where it went wrong, just a distance I can't cross. I'm somewhere between who I was and someone I don't understand. I lost enough to start again, not whole enough to stand. I see the past in fragments now, but it don't reach me like it did. I'm still here, still moving on, but I don't feel like who I've been. I don't know if it's time or pressure, or just the way life bends us down, but the voice I used to trust feels quieter now. And maybe it's still somewhere in me, buried under all I've learned. Or maybe I just kept adapting until there was nothing left to return. No clear end, no clear start, just a space I'm living in. I'm somewhere between who I was and someone I don't understand. Not lost enough to start again. Not whole enough to stand. I see the past in fragments now, but it don't reach me like it did. I'm still here, still moving on, but I don't feel like who I've been. Someday, but standing in this space between feels like slowly drifting away. And if there's something left of me, I hope it's more than what I see. Just a shadow of who I used to be. It ended without a sound. No door slam, no turning around. Just a sentence left mid-air, and nothing left to repair. We said enough to break the line, but not enough to understand. And somewhere in the space between, we let it slip out of our hands. Still holds the shape of us, but nothing in it feels the same. No anger left, no fire to hold, just something empty with no name. I thought the worst would be the fight, the things we said we can't undo. But it's this quiet after everything that cuts the deepest through. No echo, no reply, just silence, learning how to stay after the last word. There's nothing left to say, no right, no wrong to hold, just something gone away. No voices left to hear, no lines left to cross, just the weight of everything we already lost. I don't reach for what we were, I don't try to bring it back. Some things don't end in pieces, they just fade into the black. And maybe that's the hardest truth, not the break, not the fall, but knowing there's no more left, nothing left at all. No final scene to play, just absence taking place after the last word. There's nothing left to say, no right, no wrong to hold, just something gone away. No voices left to hear, no lines left to cross, just the weight of everything we already lost. If there's anything that stays, it's not the things we couldn't say. It's knowing we reached the end with nothing left to take away. Everything I asked for came quietly, without a sound. No fireworks, no grand parade, just pieces falling into place somehow. The doors I used to knock on now open when I'm near, but stepping through them doesn't feel the way I thought it would back then. I remember wanting this so bad, it used to keep me awake at night. Now I hold it in my hands, and something in me won't come alive. No rush, no spark, no weight to it, no sense of this is real. Just a strange kind of distance from everything I thought I'd feel. I thought I'd know the moment came, but it just passed me by. When it finally works, when everything's in place, why does it feel so quiet? Like something's out of place. I chased it all my life, now I don't know what to do. When everything I dreamed of doesn't feel like it's true. Somewhere on the way here, I learned to live without the light. Or maybe I got so used to fighting I don't know peace when it arrives. I built myself around the hunger, around the need to become, but now there's nothing left to chase, and I don't know who I've become. No way to hold me down, no fire left to run. When it finally works, when everything's in place, why does it feel so quiet? Like something's out of place. I chased it all my life, now I don't know what to do. When everything I dreamed of doesn't feel like it's true. Quietly been erased. Maybe it's not the dream or the road I walked through. Maybe somewhere along the way I lost a part of me that knew how to feel it too. held too long. Thought I'd find the time someday, but time don't wait for perfect moments. It just slowly slips away. I had chances in my hands, felt the truth rise in my chest, but I swallowed every sentence and buried it with the rest. It wasn't fear of being wrong, it was fear of breaking through, of saying something real enough that it couldn't be untrue. So I chose the quiet road, let the silence take its place. Now those words I never gave still echo in that space. They don't fade, they don't disappear, they just learn to live inside. What was never said still lingers in the air, in the spaces between moments, in the weight I always carry there. It don't scream, it don't demand, it just stays where it was left. All the things I couldn't say still breathing in my chest. I see it now in passing faces and memories I can't undo. Every silence has a shape, and I recognize the truth. It's not about what could have changed or how it might have gone. It's knowing I had something real and chose to leave it undone. No second chance to speak, no way to rewrite time. What was never said still lingers in the air, in the spaces between moments, in the weight I always carry there. It don't scream, it don't demand, it just stays where it was left. All the things I couldn't say still breathing in my chest. Turns into a silence that no one else can see. And if there's something I regret, it's not the things I did instead. It's every word I held back, and every truth I never said. How to carry what wasn't mine to hold, how to stand without a question, how to harden in the cold. No room for hesitation, no space to fall apart. Just keep moving through the pressure and lock it in the dark. You don't ask ask how it's affecting you. You just do what needs to be done. One more day, one more wait, one more line you don't outrun. And somewhere in that rhythm of holding everything inside, you stop noticing the silence where something used to reside. No breaking point, no warning sign, just distance growing over time. Built to endure, not to feel, taught to carry, never to heal. No space for anything real, just push it down and keep it sealed. I kept standing through it all, but forgot how feeling feels. It's not pain that stays the longest, it's the absence of it too. The quiet kind of emptiness, you don't know what to do. You don't miss the highs or lows, you don't reach for anything. You just exist inside a moment that doesn't move or sting. No fire left to fight, no way left to break. Built to endure, not to feel, taught to carry, never to heal. No space for anything real, just push it down and keep it sealed. I kept standing through it all, but forgot how feeling feels. Stop feeling anything at all. At all. It didn't break in a single night, no sudden truth, no loud goodbye, just something slowly fading out while I was still holding tight. You stayed where it felt safe to stay, not where your heart was meant to be. And I kept getting everything to something you didn't see. There were signs I chose to miss, small silences, distant eyes, the way you never reached for me unless it fits your time. I thought love was patience, I thought love could wait. But love ain't something one can carry while the other just stays. I held the weight for both of us. You just held on to me. Only one love, only one try, only one stayed awake at night. Only one felt, only one gave, while the other just learned how to stay. It wasn't broken, it just never was the same. When only one was feeling anything. I don't hate you for the silence or the truth you couldn't say. Sometimes people don't know love, they just don't wanna walk away. Maybe I made it easy to stay without being all in, but loving halfway ain't love. It's just where the damage begins. No fight to end it all, just truth I couldn't ignore. Only one love, only one try, only one stayed awake at night. Only one felt, only one gave, while the other just learned how to stay. It wasn't broken, it just never was the same. When only one was feeling anything. Only one loved, and now I see that one was always me. And all this time I called it real was just something I chose to feel. And maybe the hardest part to face is knowing it wasn't love we made. It was just one heart trying to fill an empty space. There's a road I haven't taken, but I feel it pulling me, like a shape I'm slowly forming into something I can't see. I've outgrown what wants to find me, left behind what used to fit. Now I stand between the versions, unsure what comes next. Not the past that makes me hesitate, it's the unknown ahead. The thought of waking up one day, not recognizing who I've been. What if change don't make me better? What if it just makes me someone else? What if I become a stranger, even to myself? No map, no clear design, just something waiting in the dark. The version I haven't met is already taking shape, and every choice I'm making now, and every step I take. And I don't know if I'll be proud, or wish I'd stayed the same. I'm becoming something real, but I don't know the name. Maybe growth is just a quiet shift that we don't understand until we look back years from now and see a different stand. And maybe fear is part of it, a sign that something's changing deep. Not everything that scares you is something you should keep. No way to turn around, no way to stay the same. And I don't know if I'll be proud, or wish I'd stayed the same. I'm becoming something real, but I don't know the name. Closer than I think, not waiting in the distance, but forming as I breathe. And maybe I don't need to know exactly who I'll be. Maybe all I need to face is that the next version of me is still becoming me.